childhood memory, camping. This might
Mm.
go with your fire outside and the hot dogs. Picture a clamp. Maybe you had it growing up. We'd go camping and you would put a slice of bread
Okay.
and we'd put filling or apples in there and shake
Oh.
cinnamon. And then you put another piece of bread and you squish it together and there's a little clamp, but
Okay.
then you cook it over the fire.
Gosh, that sounds like a little, what is it, like a little apple turnover or something?
Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home. I'm Meg.
And I'm Kerri. We love creating beautiful, functional spaces and living healthy, vibrant lives. So join us as we chat about simple, practical ways to take care of your body, mind, and your home. Whether it's fitness tips, home decor ideas, or navigating those big life moments, we're here to share what works for us and what doesn't, with some encouragement along the way.
Let's redesign this life together, one step, one room, and one habit at a time. Hi, and welcome back to Redesigning Health and Home. I am Meg, and I am joined here with our lovely co-host, Kerri. Kerri, how are you today?
I'm doing really well, Meg. How are you doing?
I am so excited about our fall series, and today we're kicking it off with fall foods.
Yum. Sounds perfect.
I agree. Yum times 1,000,000%. So, like our other kind of back and forth episodes, we don't know each other's lists. So, we're going to go through some of our favorite fall foods or what we kind of think about when it comes to the fall season. So, I'm super excited. Do you want to kick off or do you have some of your thoughts about fall foods?
Sure, absolutely. So the things that I pulled together, some of them are shareable. Some of them are just a quick, easy meal that's a little bit of a comfort food now that the air is getting a little crisp out there. So the first one that I have is soups and stews. Just so warm and cozy. And one of our favorites actually came from our daughter, Jessica. It's a curry lentil soup. So the one that we make is vegetarian, but you could add chicken to it or beef, I suppose. But of course, you and I both have talked about curry, how we love curry. And so there's just nothing like a bowl of soup with a little side salad maybe and some warm bread with real butter. Yum.
That sounds great. Now, is this a Indian inspired or Asian inspired
This
curry?
is an Indian inspired. It's got the little curry paste that you put in there. And red lentils, if you can find them, are great, but you can do them with green as well. So yeah, it's very tasty and quite hearty, I would say.
Hearty soup. Well, hey, that sounds amazing. And please share the recipe with all
Yes,
of us.
I will for sure.
Okay, good. Well, on the same sort of street, road, sidewalk, and today, oh my gosh,
On
I
the
am
same path.
all on the same path.
Yeah.
I actually made my first batch of chili today.
Ooh, nice.
So
I saw your video and I saw all those onions chopped up and I was like, man, I need to make a chili.
it was the first chili of the season for Sunday football. So
Nice.
my husband and I are going to munch on it all day. And I already had a little bowl. It was delicious. So just, that first time you crack out that big pot when
Yes.
it's been put away for the summer
Yeah.
because you're not really cooking those hearty foods over the
Yeah.
summer. So that was a
Absolutely.
lot of fun.
Yes. So Megan and I have talked about during the summer, especially how we like to keep it really quick and easy. Bag salad and a protein. That's kind of our recipe for just during the week, especially something quick and easy. But yeah, there is something about those comfort foods when it gets to be fall. So when we lived in Rochester, New York, we did a chili cook-off with the neighbors. So everybody brought a pot of chili. And then I had these little papers and you could write what your favorites were. And then we voted at the end. Well, funny story, our next door neighbors right beside us had a huge blended family. And before they even came, the dad said, okay, you're all voting for my chili, just so you know. So he had stacked the deck for sure. He won. And I had made the prize a trophy for chili was a plunger. It was a new plunger. It wasn't a used plunger. A plunger with a roll of toilet paper over the handle. And then I wrote 2060 chili cook-off champion or something like that. And then I think I had like a gift card to go with it. So his wife, fast forward months later, she says, yeah, thanks a lot for that. He won't take it off the mantle. It's been up since he won it. And like, I'm trying to put my Christmas decorations up and he's got the plunger up on the mantle. So I was like, oh, wow, I didn't expect for the trophy to be that precious for him, but it was funny.
That is the cutest story. We've
It was
done chili contests too in my family, and they're always a lot of fun.
so fun. Yeah.
And how cute is did you think of that on your own, your trophy?
The little trophy. Yeah. Kind of gross, but also pretty funny.
No, it's perfect. Right.
Exactly.
And hey, it must have meant a lot for.
Apparently it did. Now, what do you use for fixins? So if it's just Pete and I, we might not necessarily put much on. He loves to sprinkle a little shredded cheese on top. But if we're having people over, then I like to really go out on the fixins. So what all do you put on the top?
Okay, well, personally, I would probably do cheese, a little sour cream, especially if it's spicy.
Yes.
And either oyster crackers or crumbled cornbread.
Ooh, crumbled cornbread.
Doesn't that sound so good?
That sounds so good. I've done the little tortilla strips that you
Oh,
get
yeah.
for on salads. Those are great. Some chopped up green onion on the top is super yummy too. So yeah, there's so many great things you can put on your little fixins tray.
Absolutely. There was a restaurant in Chicago when I lived there in my 20s. I think it was a chain. It might have been called Chili Max, and you could get chili one way, two way, three way, four way. And I think it came with spaghetti, and people put
Oh,
you could
yeah.
get the chili, and then if you wanted the onion, and then onion and cheese, or onion
Right.
and cheese and crackers, or yeah,
Yum.
so fun. What about,
Yeah,
so yeah, does your whole family do the exact same?
that sounds really good. Well, of course, Jessica's a vegetarian, and so sometimes I'll just make a vegetarian chili with just no meat. But then there's also the plant-based crumble that's kind of, I would say, ground beef
Yeah.
texture. And then also my family really likes chili with turkey, ground turkey as well. So
Yep.
we like chili all the ways.
All the ways. It's so good.
Yes, it is so good.
What is up next on your list?
Well, this one my husband said I had to add.
Okay.
So you and I have talked about this. Both of us as couples are big having a fire in the backyard people. Hot dogs over the fire and s'mores over the fire. Except for he's not a big s'mores guy. And I was like, come on, it's so fun. And so I have all these like stale marshmallows in the pantry that I finally got rid of because he'd eat one and like I'd have one and then that, or we'd have people over and you just don't go through them very fast. But I love the idea of s'mores. And I've seen even people like go crazy with different ideas instead of graham crackers using like Oreo cookies and like just all these different ideas. But it's just so cozy and fun to do that out by the fire. Any excuse for a fire, and we're all about that. So
That sounds so great. That is perfect. That is perfect. The
you
hot
could put
dogs.
chili on your hot dog. It just occurred to me. You could make a chili dog. Chili on your hot dog.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could-
Hot dogs and s'mores by the fire.
Yes. Some kind of cozy drink in a thermos. That's fall right there.
Maybe you'll get to that cozy drink when we get into our list.
Maybe. I do have
Maybe.
something.
Okay.
What's next on your list?
Well, I was thinking of breakfast. So I like to eat, I think we talked about this in our routine episode later.
Mhm.
And, grab just whatever, some cereal or banana and peanut butter. But sometimes oatmeal or a
Mhm.
warm bowl of something sounds so good
Yes.
once it gets kind of chilly.
Yes. Oatmeal with maybe like some craisins sprinkled on the top. is really yummy.
I will load it up. Pecans, craisins, raisins, a little
Yeah.
brown sugar,
Yes.
drizzle of milk, some fruit.
Yeah. A
Oh
little
my
honey drizzled
gosh.
on there, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, well, along that similar vein, because that sounds so good. This actually, my husband came up with. We just called it fried apples at home. So it's kind of like apple crisp light because it's not quite so calorie dense, I wouldn't think. But yeah, chopping up those apples or using the little apple cutter. And then we sprinkle oatmeal in the pan. So put your butter, soften up those apples. And then it just is a nice little crunch, the oatmeal part. You could also probably just use granola or something like that as well. And then craisins or raisins in there, some brown sugar, tons of cinnamon. And it's just a quick little, you don't have to bake anything and it's just a quick little dessert. And you could make enough just for one night, for two people for one night. So,
That
but
sounds
with,
amazing.
yeah, with all those apples, because apple season, right? There's always a ton of apples. And what do you do with them?
What do you do with them? Well, yeah, that's coming up. Speaking of, I mean, you just made me remember of a childhood memory camping. This might
Mm,
go with your fire outside and the hot dogs. Picture a clamp. Maybe you had it growing up. We'd go camping and you would put a slice of bread
okay.
and we'd put filling or apples in there and shake
Oh,
cinnamon. And then you put another piece of bread and you squish it together and there's
oh,
a little clamp, but
okay.
then you cook it over the fire.
Gosh, that sounds like a little, what is it, like a little apple turnover or something?
And then we would just open it up and it'd be just a hot, almost, yeah, turnover or Pop Tart homemade with just some
Yeah.
white bread and apples. And
Oh, I love that
it's
idea.
probably going to make me cry because I just remember, I can picture
Mm-hmm.
doing that with my family. Yeah.
That's so sweet. I love that. That sounds delicious too,
Yeah,
especially with
fun.
that. And so if you're using a filling, so you could do like just a pie filling of any kind?
I think
Yeah.
I think we used, if we had apples with us or something,
Yeah.
we just cut them up and
Hmm.
cinnamon and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure you could do
Probably
anything.
some kind of brown sugar or something in there to
Yeah, whatever mom brought, I think. Yeah.
right. Oh,
Yeah,
that
it was
sounds
fun.
really good. That's a great
What
one.
is next on your list?
So along with what are we going to do with all the apples? Pumpkin season is coming up. And so it's funny, pumpkin pie is one of my least favorite kinds of pie. Like, I don't super love pumpkin pie, but pumpkin muffins or pumpkin bread, pumpkin spice latte, absolutely. And I've even had really delicious pumpkin soup, which is more of a savory, which is also very good. I've never tried making pumpkin soup, but pumpkin muffins, absolutely. And I recently posted about my pumpkin muffins. They're a favorite in this house.
Yes. Yeah, you mentioned the chocolate chips.
Yes, and my friend Tina, actually, I got the recipe from her, and she uses butterscotch chips, and they are equally as delicious. So it's just whatever you prefer. Both very good. Or even with no chips in it, just the pumpkin muffins are really yummy.
Oh, those sound so good.
The pumpkin pie spice in there, and yeah,
Oh, I can taste it.
the house smells great when you make them. So good.
Yeah, very fall, very pumpkin-y
Yes.
and delicious. Well, speaking of the apples, we used to always take the kids to pumpkin farms to pick out their pumpkins for the
Yes.
summer.
Yes.
This is later, when we
Yeah.
talk about activities, but usually at those pumpkin farms, they would have those apple cider donuts.
Oh, oh, oh my gosh. And how do you only have one? I'm sorry. How do you only have one? They're so good.
Listeners, this is moderation again. This is moderation.
They're dangerous.
They're so good, right?
They're so good. Well, and our four kids, so Meg has two kids, I have two kids, are all October birthdays. So the pumpkin patch was like a big place to go for birthday parties and all that. Yeah.
Your daughter had a pumpkin patch
Yes.
birthday
Yes, she
in
did.
Bolingbrook.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
fun.
Yes, Johansson Farm. And it was
Yeah.
so busy that the police were there directing traffic. Got so busy there. But yeah, and great photos of the kids sitting on the pumpkins, and yeah, very fun memories there for sure.
Oh, that was great. But I don't remember it being crowded for the party. I felt like it was very well organized.
Yeah, I think it really depended. I don't know what day of the week we chose, but I just remember as the years went on, it got busier and busier. And maybe it depended how close to Halloween you were as to how busy it was. But yeah, such a cute place. Very cute place.
Definitely. Those are
Mhm.
fun memories.
So this one is a sheet pan meal, and it's just one, like a, what would be cookie tray, and you can put your meat and your vegetables on there. You can put sweet potatoes or just regular potatoes. I've seen asparagus on there, really almost any kind of vegetables, and season them up. And so the options are endless. And I was on countryliving.com, and that's where they had like 15 different sheet pan ideas. And I was like, oh, those look so good. But the ones that we liked were pretty much just vegetables, like just chop up those potatoes and asparagus and onions, and you could even put little cherry tomatoes, they pop in there. Oh, and another thing that's really nice is adding chickpeas, which I love because they get really crispy and they add a nice
Oh,
texture in there too. But yeah, sheet pan meals. If you look up sheet pan meals, there's no end to the options. So yummy.
love it. What kind of protein do you usually do for that?
We usually end up doing chicken, but I'm sure you could do some little beef stew chunks would probably be really yummy in there.
That
Yeah.
sounds
So, yeah, really
yum.
good. Very good.
Maybe we'll find a couple of our favorite and post them in the show
Yeah.
notes.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
Sounds very good.
Do you have any more on your
I
list?
have one more, and we're almost on sync or in sync here because this is the root vegetables roasted.
Oh, yes.
Well, I've been using the air fryer almost all summer for our
Mhm.
Brussels sprouts or green beans
Yeah.
or cauliflower. Well, I think this is the time once the weather starts to cool, you pop the oven on, you know?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
the roasted vegetable, almost salad, a warm salad. Have you ever
Mm,
had a
yeah.
warm salad?
Yes. Yes. So yummy.
So yummy. And you can buy the squash since we've already talked how hard it is to kind of open a squash, but it's already cubed up and in the bag.
Perfect.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Or,
Mhm.
if you get all of those, the squash, the Brussels sprouts, roast them all, mix them in, olive oil, a little sea salt, and
Right.
then a little goat cheese and
Oh,
the lettuce and maybe some pomegranate seeds or
uh,
cranberries.
you could even probably put some nuts in there if you wanted,
Oh, Carrie.
right?
Yeah.
Yum.
There
What's
was
your
one restaurant in a town in Illinois, Elmhurst. It was a pizza restaurant, but they had a warm vegetable salad. And
Mm,
it was always like, I don't want to spend $15 on this salad,
right.
but I would just crave it,
But I'm going to.
but I'm going to because it was just these sliced roasted vegetables. And I probably could get two-ish, 2 to 3 meals out of it.
Mhm,
So,
mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
oh, that's one of my favorites. I really
So
think a
yummy.
warm roasted vegetable salad with all the fixings and some fresh bits too, the
Yes.
crunch and yeah,
Yes. Yes.
so
That sounds
yummy.
so good. Well, the only other thing I have on my list is mulled cider, which even if all you did was mull it, your house smells amazing. Throw some cinnamon sticks in there and just let it do its thing for a couple hours. I don't even necessarily care about drinking it. It just smells so good in the house.
Now, is mulled cider just warmed cider, or are you adding a wine to it?
We don't. I'm sure you could. That sounds delicious as well. But just the cider, and then you can even add slices of orange in there is really nice. You could add some cranberries just to look pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's really about the cinnamon sticks and the nutmeg and, all those delicious smelling things. It smells like the holidays. That's so
Smells
good.
like, well, they're coming up.
I know. We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Later,
Yeah.
later. But yeah, it is. It's already, people are already thinking about it. So,
People are thinking about, well, I know you mentioned your husband said about the hot dogs and the s'mores.
Yes.
I asked my husband, and he and I agreed on the chili, and he said, I think nachos, like homemade nachos, because of he
Oh,
kept thinking about football. I mean, we
mhm.
can, but I think I do on football days probably have a menu of a good pot of chili, and then maybe we'll even use that chili for nachos, just to,
Yes,
table food while you're watching football,
yes,
if
yes,
that's your
yes,
jam.
yes. So good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, when I was looking up about sheet pans, I country living, and then how they give you suggestions for the next page so that you'll keep reading. And it talked about pasta bakes and casseroles, and I was like, oh, you just could go on and on with all the
Casseroles.
casseroles. That's an old word, right? I know.
Casserole. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom would always talk about, I'm just gonna throw together a casserole. Now you don't hear that word very much,
You
but
really don't. But hey, let's bring them back.
yeah, right?
We'll have a casserole episode.
But I mean, a casserole could be pretty much anything baked in a dish, right? Like a lasagna could technically be a casserole, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
You and I talked about on a different episode about the party potatoes. That's a casserole, isn't it?
it's totally a casserole.
Oh.
Potato casserole. Egg casseroles are yummy.
Now I feel like I need to look up the definition of casserole. Okay, so for casserole in the dictionary, a kind of stew or side dish that is cooked slowly in an oven. That feels very general, but that's okay. I guess that's what it is. It's food cooked in the oven. A casserole in a dish. Okay, that works. I don't care what you call it. Just sounds delicious.
Yes, yes. Well, this has been amazing. Any other food ideas you can think of right now?
Oh, there's a million delicious things out there, but I am looking forward to our next episode because we're going to keep this fall series going. And if you are still interested in checking out our summer series, it's out there as well. We had a food episode for that as well. So next episode, we're going to talk about, go ahead, Meg, take it away. What are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking fall fashion and gear. Just like today, probably just a few handfuls of things Kerri and I'll each take turns discussing. So that'll be fun, what we can use for the fall.
Yeah. I might need a definition of gear as well now because I'm looking at my list and I'm like, does that qualify as gear?
What is gear?
Or maybe it's just like fall favorites. Because we're also going to talk about fall decor a little bit later and fall activities.
I'm a little nervous because one of my gear or fashions
Yeah.
could be decor. So I hope it's okay.
It just says equipment that is used for a particular purpose. Well, our purpose is fall. So
Purpose is fall, and I like
there you
it.
go. There you go. So, well, that was fun, Meg. And now I'm really hungry because it's getting close to be dinner time here.
It
You and I are
really
in the same
is.
time zone now. How did
We
that happen?
are on the same time zone. We'll have to have a whole episode about how that happened.
How that happened. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We're teasing all the listeners out there. So I'm still in Illinois in the Midwest, and we're going to have an episode with Meg soon where she's going to give us a life update.
Sounds good. I'll
All
plan
right.
on it. Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks so much for listening to our episode today. Join us for the next episode where we're going to do a little bit more digging into fall stuff. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Thanks for listening to the Redesigning Health and Home podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, we would love for you to like, share, and follow along so you can catch us on all future episodes. You can find me, Meg, at Fit, Fed, Feeling Good on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
And you can find me, Kerri, on my website at homestylewithkerri.com and on Instagram and Facebook at Homestyle with Kerri. That's Kerri. And you can find both of us at Redesigning Health and Home on Instagram and Facebook. So join us next time for more inspiration on creating a home and a lifestyle that truly supports your best health.